There is something so freeing about traveling with just one carry-on sized bag. One bag travel can save you money on checked bag fees and lighten your load both physically and mentally. But traveling with just one bag, especially for extended periods of time, requires strategy and intentionality when it comes to what you bring with you. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 24 items that I consider essential for one bag travel. Hey guys, Nick here from Away Together. For years, my wife Allie and I have spent extended time traveling, and my preferred way of doing that is with just one bag or backpack. I'm not much of a minimalist in real life, okay? At least not the hipster, influencery kind that's so popular here on YouTube. But I am a big fan of packing like a minimalist. I want everything that goes into my bag to have a specific purpose and be worth its weight, so to speak. So here's 24 items that I've found make one bag travel easier or better in some ways. I'm gonna share examples of actual items that I use, but just know that there are generics or alternatives to many of these. The most important decision when one bag traveling is which bag you'll bring. And there are so many things that go into this. We've made a bunch of content on this channel to help you decide which bag is right for you. Things like backpack versus roller bag, hard-sided versus soft-sided, etc. My big piece of advice here, don't cheap out. You can find budget versions of just about everything that I'm recommending today, but cheap bags don't last. And if you're one bagging it, the bag itself is pretty important. As a frequent traveler, I'm less and less impressed with bag features like built-in power banks and 100-day money-back guarantees. And I feel that simple features like extra pockets, strong zippers, having more than one way to organize, and more than one way to carry are underrated features. I'm usually a backpack guy if I only get one bag. For years, my go-to was the Osprey Porter 46. I love that bag. I recently carried everything that I needed for a 10-day trip to Europe, including my camera equipment for this YouTube channel, in this nomadic McKinnon bag. If you're going the suitcase route, I'd recommend the Monos Carry-On Pro if you're into hard-sided bags, and the Travel Pro Platinum Elite Carry-On or the Briggs & Riley ZDX International Carry-On if you're into soft-sided bags. You'll notice all of those have a front pocket in case you want to carry your laptop or tablet. The perfect complement to carry-on only one bag travel is a packable day pack. Bringing a packable day pack with you is an easy way to enjoy the benefits of a small backpack while you're out and about and not having to lug your big suitcase or backpack around with you. This Osprey ultralight stuff pack packs down crazy small, which makes it really easy to pack into my extra pair of shoes in my suitcase. This is great for casually throwing an extra jacket, carrying your picnic, your groceries, or if you've got to go do some laundry. The last thing I'll mention in regards to bags is a sling. A sling is a great way to carry essentials like your phone, your wallet, and your keys without having to carry a backpack or having full pockets. Wearing a sling on the front of your body can also be a good way to deter pickpockets if you're in a touristy or crowded area. And if it's small enough, wearing a sling could even be a hack to get an extra bag on your flight. My wife Allie is a huge fan of this crossbody by Free People, and she carried it on our 6-month sabbatical to 17 countries throughout Europe and Asia. Okay, let's get into clothing. My secret weapon for one bag travel is investing in simple, versatile pieces of clothing that can be used in a variety of circumstances. Whether that's walking out and about for the day, chilling in a coffee shop, taking a meeting, or going to a nice dinner. I also look for clothing that's lightweight, moisture wicking, and wrinkle resistant. And for those reasons, the longer I travel, the more I find myself tending towards clothing made of merino wool. The natural properties of merino make it great for travel. It's lightweight, it's got a nice recoil and elasticity, which means you don't have to spend a whole lot of time ironing out wrinkles. The fibers of merino wool naturally wick moisture away from your skin, and they're naturally antibacterial and antimicrobial, which basically means no odor. And you don't have to pack as much because merino can totally be reworn. You just hang it up overnight. Now, I'm not telling you to wear the exact same shirt every day, but if you include some key merino pieces in your wardrobe, that's the perfect way to lighten your load. I just took a 10-day trip to Europe and I only packed 5 shirts. They were all made of merino wool. Now, there's a lot of options out there, but my brand of choice is Unbound Merino. And what I like about Unbound Merino versus other companies is they are by travelers, specifically for travelers. They use this awesome fabric, merino wool, to make simple, versatile, and comfortable pieces with travelers in mind. Okay, Nick, cool. I know you're sponsored, way to go. Just FYI, I've been wearing Unbound Merino for years, way before we had a sponsorable YouTube channel. I did a ton of research and I landed on Unbound Merino ultimately because I think they are simply the best. Guess what? Unbound Merino is offering an exclusive discount to Away Together subscribers. You can get 10% off your order using the code AWAYTOGETHER. Links below. Thank you, Unbound Merino, for sponsoring this video. A must for one bag travel is a good set of packing cubes, but not any packing cubes. I recommend compression packing cubes. Packing cubes come with a whole host of benefits. They help keep your bag organized, compartmentalized. They allow you to group like items together, and if you choose the right ones, they can even save you a little space. My go-tos are these Eagle Creek Packet compression packing cubes. They're extremely lightweight, durable, and I like that this color option is slightly transparent so I can see what I'm reaching for. I've used these for probably 10 years now. Hey, if you've gotten value out of this video so far, please hit that like button so that YouTube will know to suggest this to other travelers like you. Thank you. A tricky part of one bag travel, especially longer term, is being prepared for multiple climates without overstuffing your bag. I always recommend traveling with a jacket. Even in the summer, a good lightweight rain jacket is a must, in my opinion. But jackets take up a lot of space, so you want one that packs down very small. I like the Packable Puffers by Eddie Bauer, and this lightweight rain jacket by Patagonia for both men and women is legendary, and it packs down to seriously small. The important thing is that the jacket you find packs down into itself. All of these pack into an inner pocket, and when compressed, they really take up very little space. A crucial decision for one bag travelers is the shoes you'll bring. There are different ways to slice this, different style needs, different quantity recommendations, but I always recommend starting with a comfortable and versatile pair of walking shoes that can be your daily drivers. You'll want the shoes that you bring with you to be able to go with a variety of outfits and occasions. Find shoes that you'll feel comfortable walking in, but don't opt for running shoes if you can help it. This is kind of a weird tick we have as Americans that basically most other cultures don't have. Instead, look for a comfortable pair of street style sneakers or walking shoes that you could dress up if you had to. For example, my wife loves these by On. I wore these Superior Zero Drops by Ultra for our 6 months of full-time travel, and they are really, really comfortable. Then, depending on where you're going, add in that second pair. You know, that nicer pair for nice dinners or that pair of sandals. Opt for ones that pack really, really small. I recommend wearing your biggest pair on the plane to save space in your bag. Speaking of footwear, for travel where you do plan to do a lot of walking, I recommend investing in quality socks. For years, I just wore basic, crappy cotton socks, and in times where I was doing a lot of walking, they'd stink and my feet would get blisters. For probably 10 years now, I've exclusively worn merino wool socks, not only for travel, but in my daily life as well. And I already talked about merino, I'm not gonna rehash any of that. All that stuff applies to socks as well. But the important thing, the point I'm trying to make, is to invest in good socks. They last longer and they're gonna maintain their shape and their quality through the years. The right toiletry bag. There's a lot of toiletry bag options out there, and I find many of them to be simply too big and too complicated. The features that I always recommend looking out for are a hook so it can hang up, some separated pockets, and ideally a clear liquids bag that can be taken out if needed when going through the TSA. Now, my personal toiletry needs are pretty basic, so I usually carry this one by Osprey. It's got a tiny footprint, and I like that it just rolls up. This is made by our friends at Tripped Travel Gear, and I like that it's got a separate pouch for liquids. Remember, if you're carrying liquids with you through the TSA line in the USA, they each need to be 3.4 ounces or less. So, while we're on the topic, for those liquids you do carry with you that maybe don't come in a travel size, I like using some simple silicone tubes to carry just enough of those liquids with me. These ones are by Gravel. They're just the right size, and I like that they nest together to make packing a little bit easier. When you're traveling light, your smartphone becomes pretty crucial, and the last thing that you want to happen when you're trying to use Google Maps or communicate with your Airbnb host is for your phone to die. That's why I always carry a portable power bank, which enables you to recharge your devices in a pinch. Now, this is the Anker Power Core 3, which allows you to charge your devices in 3 different ways: USB, USB-C, and wirelessly. And you can actually charge your phone at night while also charging the battery of the power bank itself, which I think is pretty cool. It also has this small piece of plastic that can be extended to function as a prop for your phone, which makes it multi-use, which is perfectly in the spirit of one bag travel. While we're on the topic of power, if you're traveling internationally, you're gonna need a good travel adapter. Personally, I prefer to use a simple universal adapter that covers many different countries and continents. On many of our trips, we hit several different countries in one go, and I like to have options. But if you're only going to one place, you could also opt for a simple single converter. For example, this little guy is specific to most of the EU. It came in a big package of a bunch of different region-specific adapters. This is my preferred universal adapter. It's by a company called Epica. You can charge up to 6 devices at once. It's got AC power, USB, and USB-C, and it's Wirecutter's #1 pick. It's only 20 bucks. A set of plug adapters is gonna be cheaper, but I like that this is one thing that's gonna cover me in most places. Finally, and I can't believe I only just discovered this is the Mojix Power Donut, and it's awesome because it's a power bank and an extension cord in a tiny footprint that fits in the palm of your hand. Sometimes the outlets are in weird places and having an extension is really, really nice. In the same vein, I now habitually carry at least one long cable with me for charging my phone. I have this 6-foot USB-C to Lightning cable. Thank God Apple is switching to just straight up USB-C. This just makes it easy to have my alarm clock and my white noise right near the bed. I keep that and all my other cables and cords in some kind of simple tech pouch. A tech pouch helps keep all your cables and your electronic accessories organized so that you can find what you need without digging through your bag. This little guy by Travelon has no organization. It's just basically a firm mesh packing cube for cables and stuff like that. This one, on the other hand, is the Bellroy Tech Kit, which has a little more organization and some slip pockets that perfectly fit the next item on our list. For long flights, a key travel essential is a good set of noise-canceling headphones. And I probably don't have to tell you that. But for one bag travel where compact is the goal, it's hard for me to justify a big set of over-ear headphones. I recommend looking for a compact set of headphones like Apple AirPods. I use the 2nd gen AirPods Pro, which have a much longer battery life than the 1st gen. They're compact and they deliver a decent audio experience overall. Now, of course, there's other options out there. I'm an Apple guy personally, and I find that they work very seamlessly with all my devices. So these are the ones that I'm familiar with and comfortable recommending. The point is, find something small, compact, and I do think noise canceling is worth it. One thing I really like is having a small tripod or stand for my mobile phone. This little tripod is the perfect way to get a cool time lapse or a selfie, but it also doubles as a way to prop up your phone on the plane so you can watch a movie that you downloaded. Multi-purpose. It also packs really, really small. This one's made by Peak Design and it connects right to the Peak Design phone case. It's very strong, sturdy, and convenient. One thing I never travel without now is an Apple AirTag, even if I plan on carrying on. It takes up almost no space and it allows you to see where your bag is at all times. So if you have to gate check your bag for some reason, you'll know exactly where it is. If you think the luggage locker in the basement of the train station is sketchy, you're gonna know where your stuff is. It's really, really easy using the Find My app. One of my most important one bag travel essentials, honestly, I don't care if you have 10 bags, you need one of these, is a water bottle. Hopefully your one bag also has a sleeve for a water bottle. My favorite travel water bottle of all time is the Free Sip by Owala. I love this thing. I've carried it with me all over the world. This is the 22 ounce. It's dual walled, insulated stainless steel, which keeps your drinks super cold. You can gulp or sip, which I love. And the closure is a 1-button open, making it very, very easy. Okay, these last few items aren't ones I would say I always use, but they are ones I never regret having when I need them, and therefore I always try to bring them with me. Whether you're trying to catch some Z's on your long haul flight or block out light from your hostel hallway or a busy street below, an eye mask is a low cost and low weight item that I always keep in my bag. I use this simple one from Alaska Bear. It's lightweight, silk, very breathable, and it's cool against your skin. Absolutely 10 out of 10. A carabiner can be a really handy item, and it makes it easy to clip things to your bag or if you need to hang something up. I mainly use a carabiner to clip on my water bottle if I'm traveling with a bag that doesn't have a water bottle pocket. This one is called a Hero Clip, and it can also be handy for hanging your purse or your sling from a tabletop or bar. Here's something I always forget to pack. It's easy to forget, but it's always useful when you need it: a pen. If for no other reason than to be able to fill out those customs and immigration forms, just keep a pen in your bag. Not a must, but possibly paper too. A habit I am so glad I've kept for years now is keeping a travel journal. Now, personally, I'm a digital notes guy, but for those of you who like to write things physically, I'd recommend bringing a small notebook. There's an old adage that says the faintest ink is more powerful than the strongest memory. And I think it's true. I think documenting your travels in a simple journal is a great way to relive your adventures years down the road. It only takes a few minutes a day, but it's like a gift that you give to your future self. If you haven't done it, I recommend it. Something I always carry with me is a few gallon-sized Ziploc bags. These are great for keeping important things dry. They can double as a small packing cube in a pinch. Toss in your wet bathing suit if you're low on time and you just gotta pack and run. It's useful to have just a couple of these with you. Now, one of these that I bring typically has spare copies of our important documents like our passport, our driver's license, maybe even some crucial itinerary info. I also always bring a few dryer sheets, and I'll keep these in one of the Ziplocs as well. Why? Sounds weird. Even if you stay at a place with a washer, almost nowhere outside the USA is gonna default to having a dryer, so why would I carry these? Well, I don't bring them for going into a dryer, really. These are great to toss into your bag or into a packing cube to keep things fresh. And if you're anything like me and static cling is your arch nemesis, it's an easy way to reduce the static in your clothes. Depending on what kind of travel you're doing, you may not want or need this one. But it's something that I started doing during 6 months of full-time travel and pretty much do it all the time now. HDMI cable. Maybe you're the kind of person who doesn't ever turn on the TV at your accommodations when you travel. That is me 90% of the time. I've traveled long stretches of time never turning on the TV at my accommodations. But when you do want to watch something, and you realize that your only options are buying a movie at the hotel or watching local TV in some other language, being able to connect and stream your own content is amazing. An HDMI cable works for me because I tend to travel with my laptop, but I know a lot of people travel with something like a Fire Stick, and that would work great as well. I hope you got value out of this video. I just spent a lot of time going through a packing list, a do pack list, if you will. But if you wanna know my no pack list, things I don't pack anymore, check out this video. Thank you so much for watching. Happy travels.